everybody. Welcome back to Cinematic Anarchy. Today, we have some very special guests with us. We're here with the director and some of the cast of Misfits, a Gallows Grin production. Welcome to director Chris McMenamin and actor Sam Miola and Kat Reeve. We're super happy to have you on today. To open things up a bit, tell us a bit about Misfits.
Sure. So Misfits is a hard R-rated family movie. Um, Basically, we follow the life of a group of friends. During the film, one of the characters loses their significant other, and it's kind of about everyone coming in the most unhinged way to kind of help them, help him, but also help themselves and kind of go on a journey that ends in a professional wrestling match.
Right, as many journeys do.
Oh, absolutely. If you're not punched in the face by the end of your journey, you probably haven't taken it all.
Yeah. Well, speaking of being punched in the face, Sam, how is your face doing?
It still looks the same, so that sucks. I'm stuck with this. Otherwise, it's all right. I just stutter a little bit now.
Yeah.
I forget stuff.
File that workman's comp.
He was forgetting stuff before, let's be clear.
Yeah, that's true.
That'll just show you that we paid attention throughout the entire credits. We saw that little bit at the end, which sorry about your face.
Really watched back to front.
Yeah, it was scary for me from an insurance perspective.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that he's okay and stuff.
Right, for the bottom line.
Yeah.
Was it particularly tough to set up that whole wrestling scene? Like, did anybody have experience in the main cast?
So Sam has some experience. He briefly wrestled back in, other
Careful.
decade. What?
Careful.
I said decades, not centuries. But Christian watched a lot of it. Both Zoe and John, who are Santa Crusher and Zoe, they are professional wrestlers, first and foremost. So, so is the two goons, Chris and Charlie. So we had some expertise there. They also helped us with the choreography.
Yeah.
Sam, Russell, Christian, and the four of them and myself we were at Worldwide Dojo, which is a wrestling training school in Philly that we had like 6 sessions or so that we choreography, but also some of the wrestling basics for a refresher for Sam, and then to teach Christian. And then I kind of just looked on in awe. I bounced off the ropes once. It was nice. And then I was done.
Nice.
Then I stayed on the floor, on the ground where I was supposed to be.
Right. I thought it was great that Christian's character Ryan was taking on Santa Crusher while Sam's character Josh was taking on Zoe. That mismatch was great. What was like the inspiration for pulling in this wrestling element? Did you like grow up wrestling fans? Was it just something you thought was cool? Was it part of like the PA scene?
So wrestling, fight sports in general are pretty big in Philly. We had like ECW was born here. Obviously we got Rocky, all that jazz,
Yeah.
but a lot of it, there's a couple reasons. One, yes, me and Christian were wrestling fans. Christian still is hard into it. I kind of stopped mid-Attitude Era. I met my wife and I realized there were probably better things out there for me. But logistically, it was also a way to have something exciting to go with the, Save the Community Center storyline, and a interesting climax that I could get 2 main characters in the same athletic competition without having to do like a team. Most of them are singles or teams. Wrestling is unique that you can kind of throw in however many damn people you want in a ring and call it a XYZ match. Where more of like a boxing, MMA, or like a team sport like dodgeball, then I got to get like 5 people in there times 2. So it was both logistical, but also, I don't know. I thought it was an interesting way to have some kind of competition slash athletic thing at the end, especially to highlight how unprepared the protagonists were.
Right.
I don't know. With
What,
as
no
many
tennis? Do a
Yeah.
little doubles match? That could have been fun.
as many
Yeah.
One Tree Hill references you had in there, I was waiting for some sort of 3-on-3 street basketball thing. I don't know.
You saw the cast. You know that basketball wasn't going to be the option.
No. But I mean,
Hey.
Sam's. Sorry, Kat, you could have done it, but Sam's knees don't move anymore.
I mean,
And I'm
honestly,
5'3", so no.
the end scene, the wrestling match, it actually went pretty smooth. I mean, it looked as entertaining as anything I'd see on AEW, WWE. It was fun to watch. So I mean,
Yeah, a lot of that goes to especially the cast. So like I had like the story idea, but like, and I contributed a little bit, but really it was like Sam, Christian, John, Zoe that took like, all right, here's the ebbs and flows of what the match has to do. Here's where we're going to put dialogue in. They really came up with the majority of that wrestling, based one on what they were comfortable doing, which was seemed to be anything, but, and two, what would look good with the setup that we were going to do, because we were going to do it live. We had to have, we had the hard cam on the side. We had a crane camera on the other side looking down, and then we had our close-ups. So it was like design something that both of those two sides, like to face those two sides of the camera. So I have something to cut between throughout it. And really they came up with the majority of it.
Yeah. What was that process like for you, Sam?
I don't remember most of it. No, I mean, do you mean the coming up with everything, or do you mean the actual fight?
Yeah, like coming up with it and then actually executing it.
I'll be honest, executing it, I don't remember any of it. 100%. I was out on my feet because I wasn't expecting a hit.
Right.
So when I got hit, I don't know how I got up, but I got up and did the whole rest of the match with like a 3rd-degree concussion.
Jeez.
And then when I went back to clear my nose after I came, back around, my eye popped out. So I was totally out of it. So everything was muscle memory.
Yeah. How early on
training
did that
for
hit
so long.
come?
Immediately.
The very first hit of the very first match, like the very first round. Yeah, it was Christian went for the low blow, and then the first hit where John hits and you see him shake his hand, that was him hurting his hand on my stupid head. So the rest of the match, I was not there. I honestly thought the match ended early because I got hit, and I was mad about it. I remember being mad that it ended early, and I was asking Christian, I was like, what the hell just happened? Why they ended? He's like, dude, you did the whole thing. Like, it was awesome. People were cheering. And I was like, no, it ended early because I got hit. The last thing I said before we left the backstage was, even if anybody gets hurt, let's just keep it going. And he's like, yeah, we did. So I don't remember any of it. I'll be honest. I remember looking at Christian at one point with blood coming down my face, dripping onto him going, dude, I think he hit me for real. And he's like, yeah, he did. And then there's blood. My blood's dripping from my mouth and my nose going onto him.
All right. Well,
This is fun.
We did
really
save on the makeup budget that way.
Yeah, right. Well, you can say blood, sweat, and tears for real.
Yeah.
The best form of realism is reality. So
yeah.
But your prep was
like,
so
"Oh,
good
really
that your prep was so good you were able to do it. So
Yeah, just out of muscle
with
memory.
no conscious
Yeah.
memory.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I swear we had to practice in those like 6 sessions 50 times.
Oh yeah, over and over,
50,
and then fine
60
tuning
times.
every move, going over it over and over again until we had it down, and it must have stuck somewhere.
I felt like that lady from like Dance Moms yelling at, like, do it again. Your pirouettes were terrible.
Mind your own pirouettes.
Right. Well, outside of getting socked in the head, what were some of your favorite memories from making this film? And this is a question for all of you.
Kat, you want to go first?
Sure.
Since we've been
I
talking.
mean, we hadn't, none of us had met before the shooting of the film, and it was kind of an unorthodox schedule as far as like we had all these kids who obviously needed to be going to school
Yeah.
in the middle of the week. So we were shooting kind of every other weekend for, I think did we wind up shooting for about 8 months in
18,
totality?
18 months.
Well, with
No, that
reshoots.
was
So
that's the concussion. No.
with the reshoots, I think we hit 13 months of
Okay.
consecutive filming.
Okay. So like it was kind of interesting in that, I think if we had just shot back to back, we maybe would have only seen each other for a month and a half, maybe worth of time spent together. But we all saw each other change over the course of a year, and especially the kids. So that was kind of fun. But yeah, no, I mean, I became the captain of the New York contingent because I was getting a rental car and shepherding everybody down to Philly on
And
shoot
you were
days.
essentially the mom. You had to corral
I
some of the
rent
crew.
my mom van,
Yeah.
get everybody in there, put in props and whatever else we were bringing down from the New York prop locker, and getting everyone down there. I have a distinct memory of the day that we were shooting the karaoke scene in that montage right before the no spoilers, someone dies.
This is a spoilers-based podcast, so we tell them right at the beginning, if you haven't watched the film, watch it first, then come listen to it.
Go away, come back later.
Yeah.
Go for it.
But so I have a distinct memory of like all of us just singing those same karaoke songs over and over and over and over and over again. And at like the 2-hour mark, I was thinking I might really lose it, but it went pretty well, and it was helpful that we had most of that karaoke group in the same car for that 2.5 hours of a drive.
Really build that rapport.
Yeah.
So that 13 months probably aided with making the connections in the film actually feel a little bit more realistic too.
I think it did, especially a lot of the kids, it was their first time out. They'd never really done anything on camera before. In some cases, maybe they had, but it was not a feature film. It was, it looked very different than the production we were doing, which was sometimes very guerrilla. We kept it mostly legit though, Chris. I think there were only a few moments of, okay, get the shot really quickly, go.
Yeah, no, there's only like 2 instances where I was like, I don't have permission for this, so if you could not fuck up and we could quickly get through this, that would be wonderful. But I think Kat's right. I mean, I think we ended up spending so much time together that, many of us, I consider Kat and Sam friends of mine now, but like it also helped in the relationship because we'd be recording in one room and I'd have to tell them to shut up because they were bickering or having an animated discussion about whatever in the room next door. Like, it ended up being like they were friends. And like, we all have the annoying friend, but like at the end of the day, it's still a friend. And it felt like that. And I think that's where a lot of the chemistry ended up coming out.
Sounds like you have some opinions on who the annoying friend was, Sam.
Clearly it was I. Don't worry about it.
I just have weird facial tics now from the punch. We'll go with that.
Right.
I can't control
it's why
my
he and I
expressions.
aren't in the same room together. We can't
Right.
we can't be within a 30 feet
Kat
of
and I
each
were
other.
married and divorced within the same 3-month period.
This minor facial tick-based flashbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing happening here.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
no.
no.
It did become in some places like almost a sibling relationship in some cases, where like those early morning car rides of me literally starting to yell at the people in the back seat. Shut up. Like when it's 7 a.m. suddenly I'm like, I got up at 5 to get this rental car, and the craziness starts coming out. But
Taking
otherwise,
baths
I
together to save water.
that's just you and Christian. Don't bring the rest of us into it.
I didn't even know he was in there half the time. He's so small.
It's like a capuchin monkey on your shoulder.
Right. What about you, Sam? Do you have like a favorite moment from this process
That you remember.
that you
That I
remember,
remember.
besides getting hit in the head?
There were a couple filming days so I was always personally typecast. I've been acting since 2008, and I've always been a villain. I'm always the bad guy. I'm always the bouncer or the evil zombie that's going to try to bite Batista. I'm always something evil. And I finally got a chance to be a good guy and show, real emotion, to show kindness and empathy and sadness, and not just be the bad guy. So there was some moments where I got to explore that acting ability that I didn't know I had necessarily, and be the kind father, and those were honestly some of my favorite moments. My interactions with Darlene, the actress who played Darlene, as the father, the heart to hearts that we had, things like that, stuck out the most. There was a couple scenes that were cut. There was another alternate fight scene. There was a motorcycle stunt scene.
No motorcycle.
There was a scene where two ninjas came in.
Right.
That was fun. But otherwise, it was pretty much just the emotional stuff I
Yeah.
got to do.
All right. I want to see all this when you guys put out some physical media copy.
Right, yeah.
There was a frisbee hunting scene that was cool.
Right, your Tom Cruise airplane stunts, all of those. Right, we're looking forward to it. Yeah, no, I thought it was really cool, Sam, that you have this like really tough macho guy kind of look, but you're playing a character that is really emotionally vulnerable, and so that's awesome. I'm really curious too to hear about like the casting process. Like, how did you find the kids that played the kids, right? And for Sam and Kat, how'd you come across these roles?
I was searching Backpage, but I can't type well, and ended up putting Backstage, and just got matched up with it.
Just fell in, yeah.
Purely accidental.
Literally. And Chris was like, "Oh, you got the job." So I don't know. I just wanted to be a wrestler in it, and
mission accomplished.
Somebody else off and ended up getting the job.
Terribly sorry. So everyone got casted, minus Christian. So I've known Christian, who plays Ryan, for 20 some odd years. I wrote that role for him. It's Christian on, like gave him like cocaine and made him a little bit more amoral. But everyone else, this was the first thing I'd ever done. So I just my buddy Kyle had a Backstage account, and I didn't want to pay for it, so I used his. And I put up an ad, and I put up the description and the characters, and I got thousands of applicants, and it was just overwhelming. And I, sent out for everyone to do audition tapes, and then it got narrowed down. I think we did a chemistry read down by me near Philly, in what used to be an elementary school, which has become a community center since, but all the rooms are still laid out like it's a school. So all the potential cast was sitting in like the kindergarten classroom type of thing with little chairs eating pizza. And I think we were in like the library, and we'd call people in, and what we did was we kind of created a grid so that everybody kind of read with everybody, especially like the main group of adults and the kids. And we had like 3 or 4 people that were on the production that also had just met me that day. We had talked a little on the phone, but I also I know Nick, our AC, Mike, who did our boom mic, but we didn't really have that much crew either to start with. So we all watched everybody, and then there was people that just stood out and felt natural, and understood the material was supposed to be like conversational. It was supposed to be a little bit lowbrow. And then we had like some people that came in and did Shakespearean reads. Obviously, they did not get the part.
That would be rather entertaining to rewatch this film with nothing but Shakespearean actors.
I was about to say, there is a version of this.
I mean, we could
Very
do like a William
stylized
Shatner spoken word version of it type of thing, but
All
I'm
right,
in.
make that happen. I'm there.
I'm down.
Right. The Shakespeare cut. What about for you, Kat? How'd you come across this?
Yeah. I mean, I also found it on I almost just said Backpage, Sam. Damn you. Damn you for putting that in my
She
brain.
was searching out older men with tattoos on Backpage. She was like, oh, that guy's in it.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think like as an actor, you're constantly applying sometimes en masse for things on Backstage and what have you. And, you know, sometimes you apply and then they send you sides and you think, oh no, this is not great. But Chris sent I think like a half dozen different scenes with Becca, the character I played. And they were all really, her voice was super clear.
Yeah.
I understood exactly who she was, and I hadn't needed to read the entire script to understand exactly excuse me, who this character was. And so I sent in my tape thinking, well, I will never hear from this man again. And suddenly I got a message saying, hey, we'd like you to be in Philly for this this callback or chemistry read, and I am in Brooklyn. So I was thinking, oh man, do I pull the trigger on a rental car? I don't know this. It might be a scam. Who is this man? But I messaged him, and he sent me something that didn't sound like it was written by a bot. So I went down and sat in those kindergarten-sized seats for a few hours that day and met Sam and met everyone who would be the rest of the cast, basically. And it was a lovely time.
Y'all had
Kindergarten
fun eating pizza. It felt like a pizza party in there. Sometimes
They had to tell us to shut up several times.
yeah. You're all like having a good time over there. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, be miserable till you come into my room.
To be fair,
No, it was actually a really fun day. I think like we all had a lot of fun socializing. Sam was standing over in
alone
the corner, not
because I was
talking
just
to a
watching
soul.
everybody.
Yes.
I was watching the
Yes.
weirdness going on with some of the people that were there to audition. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So I was like, please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me.
It didn't help that he didn't sit the entire day. He stood. I'm
Oh, yeah.
100% serious. He would not sit down in these child-sized chairs, probably because he wouldn't fit, to be fair. But
Fat joke.
you
Thanks.
just, hey, he just stood in the corner ominously.
Right,
We were like,
brooding.
I don't know who he's going out for. Has anyone talked to him? No.
And nobody would.
Why would the lights dim just around you?
Right.
It's
Just
like
one
darkness
flickering light
descends.
in the corner.
Because I have so much inner light and joy that I don't need the exterior light.
Right, makes lighting.
It was a fun
easier.
experience, though.
Straight face. Yes.
I think chemistry reads are always a funny thing because you're on the one hand like trying to create this backstory for a script that you don't have, so you're trying to imagine potentially what the relationship between these people is. I think I had a slight cheat code because I knew that Christian was playing Ryan. He was the only person there for the role, essentially. So I was just thinking, okay, I don't need to worry about being malleable for all these different types of how this character could be played. He's playing it one way very clearly, so I can just adapt to that, and it worked out pretty well.
I would agree. I actually, well, no, I'm just saying. Like, I watched this film. This is a film that I bought a copy on
Hey,
on Prime.
Thank you.
He wants a refund.
Well,
Right, that's why we
actually
have
quite
you
the
here
opposite.
today.
I
There's
thought,
a way of saying, like, I bought a copy. If you don't mind giving me at least half of that back.
yeah.
geez, thanks. Yeah, maybe. No, no. Honestly, I've had a couple of people sit down and watch it, and you know, people have really enjoyed it, and I think honestly one of my favorite parts of the film is that the relationships throughout the film feel very personal. It's tough to find a cast of people that I'm guessing. I'm not talking for you. I'm just saying it's tough to find a cast of people that I guess would feel like they have chemistry throughout. And
And
that's
yeah,
one of
yeah,
the
it's hard to
compliments I would
find-
give Fionn the film. You know, it's
No, I appreciate it. And like I think that was the main goal was have a cast that felt authentic. You know, Sam's always grumpy, so that worked instantly. But I mean, it's finding people that aren't necessarily their roles, but like clearly can access that without it being a labor. Because I think that comes through on film when you see people act that maybe aren't as good, that act in a way that's counter to their nature, and it comes off inauthentic.
Yeah, I mean the
I
dialogue.
feel personally attacked.
Right. The dialogue and the relationships felt very authentic. So I'm just curious, Chris, like what was the writing process for that? What was some of the inspiration, and was it like very scripted very tightly, or was there space for, like Sam and Kat and Christian and everyone to kind of like shape the character a bit and how they would say or approach things?
I was pretty open. So my writing process is I write way too long, and then I go back multiple times and shut up, Sam, with your stupid face.
Concussion.
God.
Yeah,
we'll keep blaming that. But I go back and revise, and it's always about shortening whatever it was to whatever is the minimal amount. When it came to like comedy or the general dialogue, yeah, I let them all kind of put their own little spin on it. There's extra, like a word that they'll add on to the end, or there are some just straight improvised lines, obviously. The drama probably a little bit more, is more tightly specific to what was written. The comedy was much, much more loose. A lot of additional lines, a lot of additional like mannerisms in the words, and that makes it better because drama you can kind of script out easy. If you say something comedic and it feels forced, it's not funny.
Right.
So each actor kind of had to figure out what made the line come out in the way intended. And if that means an extra word or two, if that means changing the way that sentence structure is, great. As long as we get to the same meaning, the same end result, I think that's much better than me thinking that I'm the funniest person in the room, because I'm not.
But you gave us a really clear roadmap. Like even with the initial sides that I read for the first tape I sent in, like it was I think not just Becca, all of the characters were like it was pretty clear who this person is. So if and I don't think we did any improv during the actual chemistry reads. So it's interesting that it worked out so well where there Christian and I were improving like a decent amount for the more comedic sections. And I know sometimes like there were portions where it was like, okay, just chatter, just like, make something up before we get to the actual point of the scene, and we'll ad lib some stuff in, and I think we're kind of assuming that the audio wasn't going to be used, and we used it in the film. So
Well, yeah.
there were moments like that as well.
Well, I felt like once I told you guys, like, all right, I need you to like fill time for like the next 10 seconds and then jump into the audio. Whatever it was probably going to be funny, or was going to be in the relationship, but even you guys being friendly with each other would bring some kind of authenticity to the beginning of that conversation, which then made like the scripted lines flow out better afterwards. And the only thing that was improv in the chemistry reads, and this line goes to Brian, who ended up being Lucas's dad in the beginning of the film. He originally auditioned for Spencer. We ended up going with Jacob, but we wanted Brian really bad to be part of it, and we ended up working out Lucas's dad. But this is 100% him, is that during we put 4 chairs together in the little room and made them pretend they were in a car, which is funny by itself to me.
Yeah.
But also, so Brian's sitting in the one chair, and I think it was Sam when he was auditioning for Josh, was like, and you went out to go to LA for his stupid movie. And Brian looked up and, fuck you, asshole. And I'm like, oh, perfect. I was like scribbling on my piece of paper, like, oh, I got to fucking remember that. That's got to be in the film.
Immediately after that, there was an improvised line that made it to the film, too.
What was it?
When I turned around and went, shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
And then that became just part of it.
Yeah, so
that was funny.
That's what came from the chemistry read, was that Brian, absolutely like an inspirational moment to add in, where he had no lines during that part, and he just looked up and he just said it, and the whole room lost it. So shout out to Brian for
He's an
being
inspiration.
hilarious.
Yeah, shout out Brian. Let's see here. So
I'm gonna have to cut out all that silence.
Right, we're really making his job
Or leave
hard.
it.
We were building tension.
Just
Man,
really.
could you do that in every conversation I have in life? Just be around me and cut the silent part out?
I find myself having to cut out my own silence quite a bit, unfortunately.
That's okay.
Yeah, so Sam, earlier you talked about how, you really had to explore this new side of acting where you don't have to just be super tough, scary guy. What was that like? What were some of the things you were drawing from to play this like really emotionally authentic character that is Josh?
Just real life. I'm a depressed father, so I got to just really dive into that part of my life, and the loneliness and despair just comes naturally to me. So it wasn't a far stretch to be able to, the harder things to do was to be happy, like the joking around and that kind of stuff was
Oh man,
was
I'm gonna
harder
get you
to get
some
involved
Crow
in.
makeup.
We can do our own remake.
Yeah. See, I look like a prick and I sound like a prick, but I joke around constantly. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I get the wrong I put off the wrong vibes all the time.
I hear that's like a depression coping mechanism. Just
It is, yeah.
constant
I mean, if I didn't have
sarcastic
kids, I'd
comments.
be dead already. So
Yeah.
Oh, wow, it sounds familiar, actually.
yay, teen suicide.
Yeah.
I'm gonna book a
Cut that.
tell you that I booked
And we're
a
both wearing flannel, and we both have facial hair.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you I booked a podcast, and it's just gonna be a therapist
intervention
on the other end,
No, I don't.
and then I'm just gonna leave the room and lock the door.
Just a depressed dad coping session,
There you go. Different kind of round table.
Yeah.
Just a little. Just one of the side notes from the film, like it confused me for a minute, and I'm glad you guys went back to it very quickly. The hair dyeing scene between the two kids, where we talk about Becca having an emo kind of punk phase when she was younger, because that confused me for a minute. Because at first I thought, okay, well, this has got to be Becca, and this has got to be, and then I was, oh no, okay, yep, never mind. And
Yeah.
did you ever have a punk emo phase growing up?
Oh, well, my parents were very strict that I was not allowed to dye my hair. That was like the one stipulation. They were like, there is no way, because your hair is a very specific color and we have no idea how we're going to get it back if you want to. So you might have to shave your head. I was like, okay, heard. Thank you. Thank you for that advice. So I've had to do temporary dye, but doing temporary dye over the course of a year when we don't really have a hair and wardrobe department to help me out, I was not confident that I was going to be able to do it well and not have like, black dye bleeding down my neck half the shoot. It made for a logistical nightmare. So we went for just saying she had been dyeing her hair her whole childhood. But I think I was more in the like My Chemical Romance, Paramore, Evanescence era of childhood, which was, skinny jeans, Hot Topic, band tees. That was very much my childhood as a kid. But I don't think I ever had the aesthetic really that people would expect. I was just secretly with my big headphones
Yeah.
listening to to,
Yeah, well, and again, you're right. It would have been a logistical nightmare. So we had some great makeup people, and they helped occasionally, like
They only helped occasionally.
with
Well, they
beard,
couldn't be
like
there every day.
well, with beard dye to
Yeah.
like for
Yeah.
Christian and Sam and stuff like that. But like
Yeah.
trying to keep a consistent tone for hair dye just would have been a nightmare over the course of 12 months. Like
So
it going in, it going out, like keeping it consistent. It just does not make sense on a 13-month shooting schedule.
Right.
yeah.
So it's much easier to write in that fact. It helps that Lily's hair is black, because that made it very easy to explain it away. Is we went emo, but and you know, also it did also help in that there's that scene, and they say it's expositional in a way, but it gives it a reason for it to exist, is the activity they're doing. If I just had them sitting at a kitchen table or something, having that conversation, it feels extremely just exposition dump. By having that twofold in the scene where it's they're dyeing her hair and they're talking about the relationship, it made it a lot. It makes the scene have purpose instead of feeling just like a exposition dump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it felt very like tight and real and authentic. And yeah, that was like one of the scenes that just stuck out to me was like, yeah, you know, these people know what they're doing. This is great. Makes a lot of sense answering those questions. So yeah, I think Chris and I both were pretty impressed by that. As like
It was
small of
also
a
hard to
detail
get
it
the
sounds.
kids. It was also hard to get the kids together. So, like, there's so few scenes where Lily and Tate, who plays young Sandy, technically cross over because their days just could not match up.
Mm.
You know, obviously they are actual kids. They have actual things going on, you know, whether it's lacrosse or theater or school. That it made it really hard to show the chemistry. So when we had it, we had to make it very focus very hard on making scenes dual or triple purpose, especially with the younger cast, because they weren't all there where I could get the 5 adults in the same place whenever, you know, I needed to. Getting the kids was a much more difficult thing to get together, you know, with their lives. I think Lily literally, I think left that scene, and I think 2 days later, because I was talking to her mom before we did it, she's like, "Are you sure this is just temporary?" I'm like, "It's 100% natural." Like, we read the packaging together of what we put in her hair, which was like a black hair dye-ish thing, because she had homecoming, like, 3 days later.
Yeah. Props to you for managing the logistical nightmare of that many children on a set,
Oh,
because
yeah.
the schedule was nuts at sometimes.
It 100% brought out, like, because most of them are around the age of my kids. So it just felt like I was dealing with
Okay.
my kids, but like a little bit like if I gave them a lot of like sugar, because my kids are 21, 19, and 18 now. So they were about the same age as all the kids that are in the film. Uh, and they would do the same stupid things. Or like they'd have their headphones on. I'm like, yo, dude, we're doing something. Can we pay attention? And I'm like, oh God, it's just every day that I had the kid days, it was like, oh no, I might as well just be home. I'm just filming it.
You were
Gotta
well prepared.
gotta go halfway between being a parent or a teacher in the middle of that.
Bit of both.
Yeah, well, at least they listen to my notes. My kids, who knows? But like the actor kids, they were like, "Oh, okay, I'll respect your opinion." I'm like, "Well, that's novel. I appreciate that part."
I find that the kids listen to you a little bit better when they're not familiar with your parenting. Like my son, my daughter, they do not listen to me at all. But when their friends are over here, they listen well.
That's it. You just need a buffer.
It's like, oh, I know my way around whatever he just asked me to do, and they're just like, why are you just sitting there? He told you to get over there and do the dishes, you know.
Add a little bit of social pressure.
Yeah.
And
Right.
suddenly,
Right. Yeah. When you're, trying to vie for a part, when there's competition,
yeah,
you really,
don't get
brings the best
fired.
out.
That's the
Right.
And
that's the
some of
skill.
those parts had so much competition. The young female parts especially, those were one of the those we had to narrow down so far. We ended up having
Mm.
even extra people at the chemistry reads, because most of the roles I only brought down 3 people. One, I didn't want to make people travel that didn't have to, so it was really only the top 3 of each role were brought down. Um, but for some of the young female parts, it was really hard because we had hundreds of applications, and so many of them were so good. We ended up trying to use them wherever we could. There's the shit I just made Scream as my student film post credit scene
Hmm.
in the film, and both Sabrina and Gabrielle they were amazing, and they came out for one of the young female parts. I was like, "Hey, can we just do you can come down, do one scene, we'll make sure to get it in somewhere because you're just that good."
And more silence to cut out.
We're just trying to make your job as hard as possible.
Oh no, it's fine. I can cut around the silence. I just won't cut around the part where I mentioned that there happened to have been some.
One
So
of the
once there's silence, you comment on it, then we're quiet for another 5,
Ding
10
ding.
seconds so the levels
Yeah.
work, okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
We've done this a few times. You can ask Christian. Generally, things will go on, and then all of a sudden, I'm just a deer in headlights. I'm terrible.
Oops.
One of the things that I really enjoyed about the film was the music in it. I wasn't familiar with any of the bands, but especially that opening song is great. What was the process like for picking those songs? I'm also curious, and this is for anyone, if there was a song that you would have loved to have had in the film, what would it have been?
So I guess while they think of songs,
Yeah,
I'll go with honestly, 90% of them I found by leaving YouTube music videos open while I was doing revisions.
cool.
And I just it was I think my list was I I think I started with something Hot Mulligan
Yeah.
lesser known slightly popish punk bands, and I just let that list go, and occasionally YouTube would throw me something completely different, and that's how I found Armstrong,
Hmm.
which did both Morning and Jumpstart, which are in the film. Same thing with uh Arctica, which is the Blacklight song.
Hmm.
Um but we just it came up, and I sent emails to some bands. Obviously some I got, some I didn't, um because we didn't have a music budget.
Right.
So I was like, hey, it'd be cool if your song was in our film. uh However, I think with Armstrong, our contract says if I make $1 million, I owe them a little bit of money. So I'm
Nice.
hoping that that's a problem that I see one day.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's
Um
just strong contract writing.
yeah, but yeah, well, and the sad part is and maybe they'll get back together like that Peacemaker, the band that did the Peacemaker theme song. Armstrong, both Armstrong and Arctica, and I don't know if this is maybe a curse on me, broke up during the process of the film. So we have the last songs they did. Arctica became a band called OK Blue, which has the majority of the members. It's very good. And I don't know what the guys from Armstrong are doing now, but they're also over in the UK. Both bands are. So I occasionally talk to them.
Nice.
But it was just finding music that was new, that felt, I don't know, had a certain energy to it.
Yeah.
Because I needed a lot of the music. The other one is Gathering of Ghosts, I think is what he goes by, but his name's Billy.
Are you looking for Ghost Cat?
I was trying to remember what
there
song
ghosts?
was called "Gathering." I was like,
No, so I think
sing
that's
that? And I don't remember it.
I think it's the band that the
Was
guy goes by. I have
The Ghost in You?
The Ghost in You. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suck. The Ghost in You, it's a guy named Billy who actually lives right by me, but I found his music, and he was a lot of the sad music, but most of the music I was looking for was like, I want something to help keep the pacing moving forward quickly. And they all the songs that we were able to get have that kind of driving push forward momentum to them.
Yeah.
And I thought it would help keep especially dialogue heavy scenes feel like they're moving more quickly.
Yeah, they have this like energy, this like little bit of angst to them, emotion. I love Hot Mulligan, so you know, given your curse, I'm a little glad that they weren't on the soundtrack because I'd be very sad if they broke up.
I would be very sad too. Like I have like 12 Hot Mulligan songs on my playlist.
Yeah, they're a constant rotation in our household. Sam and Kat, yeah, if there was a song, and Chris too, if there was a song that you couldn't get but really would have loved to have had, what might it have been? Or even like vibe, genre, you know.
Anything from Typo Negative.
Yeah.
Probably like I Don't Want to Be Me.
Nice.
That seemed to fit my character a lot and my personal life. So I would go with anything from Typo.
Yeah.
But doesn't fit the genre. They're not punk, so we're gonna have them in there.
I am somehow like totally forgetting the name of this band, but there's a song.
She got a concussion too.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, We the Kings.
We the Kings, yeah.
I think is like more of my generation, but it like has like a similar vibe. Of course, you know, that would have been a couple million to get one of those songs in there.
There's
really
a
plausible.
money thing here too.
Yeah, of course.
I've never heard of any of the bands you guys are talking about. I swear to God. Like Mulligans. I'm like, isn't that
Paramore?
like a drink?
You've never heard of Paramore? Oh,
dude,
bro.
I'm almost 50. Like,
I'm gonna send you a playlist. Don't worry about it.
I'm just shy of 52. I know Paramore.
Yeah.
See?
No,
you
we're
learned
just,
and forgot them. Don't
right,
worry
we're
about
just making them all up to pick on Sam a bit.
Yeah, we all have a band generator name thing that you just don't know
You
about.
didn't hear about this band? No, you're old and stupid.
That's why we're occasionally just kind of looking at our phones. You know?
Yeah. So there is one that I really tried, but I never heard back from them. But I do want to put out because it has, if people like the music in the film, has a very similar vibe, and I really love the song. I just couldn't get in touch with them. There's a band called Like Roses, and its song is "Lie to Me," and I tried. I must have annoyed the shit out of somebody. I emailed them, gotta be like a dozen times over the course of a year and a half.
There's some intern that hates you.
Yeah, I guess they don't check their email / do not like me, and that's fine. But more like that was the song I really, really wanted to get in there at one point. But obviously, you have to have the rights if you want to.
What point were you envisioning it? What point were you envisioning it for?
So it was the either around the before they go to the fight. I think I put Arctica like a little insert of it when Darlene looks at the mirror, but I was gonna try like weave it in and out with the dialogue for the 2 scenes before that too. Because there's different parts where it's very melodic, but then it gets very like pop punk Paramore-y in the middle. So like I was gonna weave it in and out, but unfortunately, I just never got a hold of them. But that was the song that I spent most of the thing pining for.
There's some intern somewhere that has very specifically not forwarded any of your emails,
Right.
because
some
he hates
some
you.
guy named like Chad that works at the A&M desk.
Yeah.
Fuck Chad.
Kyle just said no.
Just that turn off
Fucking
Kyle drinking
notifications.
his monster said absolutely not. You will not get this
Well,
on.
they have the McMenamin filter on, so it just all gets straight to
That's so
Yeah,
funny. I
trash.
have that on my
they'll
phone now
find
too.
you. They'll find you in the spam folder in 6 months and be like, "Oh, dude, sorry, totally missed
Right?
these."
Yeah.
That was that movie that we gave a 1 to on Amazon.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Amazon, it's all 5s. It's IMDb where we got a couple of those people who are like 1. I'm like, it's not.
They were people in the cast. I told you that.
Yeah, like you don't have to. You might not like the film, but it's not a 1.
Right.
Okay,
Don't
fuck
lie.
you.
It was me.
Just move on at that point. Don't even bother giving it a rating. Just
Yeah, Samiola 13.
Yeah.
I found this personally offensive.
I do have to
The
ask.
lead actor was a douchebag.
Right.
They said this was a Christmas movie, and they say
Yeah.
fuck like 30 times. So how dare they?
Right. Santa would never. So
To be fair, the original script had somewhere close to like 75 fucks. I cut
be
this
fair,
down to like 30.
That was in 180-page script. I think we probably cut it down to what amounted to under 100.
wow.
Like,
Now, like 115 to 120.
I don't know.
Because it's just
really?
shy of 2 hours.
Even post edit.
Post edit, yeah, maybe. Maybe it's down
think it-
like 110. But yeah, no, we started with fuck what might as well have been where I put commas.
Sure.
Now, I do want to ask a very quick side note question. Were you guys sponsored by Cock and Bull Ginger Beer? Because there was a lot of that in the movie.
No, that was what our prop guy had brought as a non-alcoholic alternative.
Yeah.
I believe he is cleared with them, but we did not get sponsored. We didn't get any product sponsors. We did get clearance, most famously from Ben and Jerry's,
Nice.
which you will specifically see that I put it towards the camera because I like them. Yeah, we ended up actually talking to a marketing company that represents like 24 brands. Most of them have nothing to do that I would not be able to fit them in a film. Like WD-40, I think I might have put a can in the garage, but like, where the hell am I going to put WD-40? But yeah, no. I was just lucky enough that they were like, yeah, you can show the logo.
Nice.
I'll take that. I wasn't expecting anybody's money.
Well, I mean, they got a little bit of my money afterwards. So, I mean,
There you go.
I was curious. I saw the look on the kid's face when he was drinking, and I'm like, okay, I'm curious. I'll go make
The
a couple of Moscow
non-alcoholic
mules
version?
with that.
Is that what you gave a try?
Well, not yet. I purchased some. It hasn't arrived yet. It's not like I can just go run out to the
So
store
the
and find it
kids
here.
spitting out the thing they called gross was the thing that you're like, oh yeah, that's what's going to make me buy this.
That's a little bit of explanation to my just life in general.
Right.
So that's
Is it
disgusting.
as bad as everyone
Gimme.
says? Let me spend money and find out.
Yeah, I'm the
Chris
guy that
likes to do
constantly
with
gets
movies,
tricked by the
too.
person that's like, oh, this milk has gone bad.
There
Try
you
that.
go.
Does it taste bad to you? And I'm, oh, yeah, sure. Let's see.
You eat
Well,
a
at least
chunk
film
of
it and
it,
get
you're
some
like,
content out of it.
it's a little chewy, but
Right,
it's the milk's fine,
Oh.
guys.
More curds than
Oh.
whey at this point.
A nice vintage. So
1884. Yep.
yeah, that's the best milk year, I hear. So this movie, it has like a really nice hangout vibe to it. You
Sure.
can see a lot of the like kind of 90s influence on there. Chris and I were curious, if you could make your own Misfits double feature, what would you want to pair this with?
Probably something like SLC Punk or maybe like Dogma.
Hmm.
I feel like
like that
Dogma
answer.
would be a good like fit to it because it has a couple series parts, but it's funny and it's got like that conversational type of dialogue in it. So I'm gonna go with Dogma.
Also has that underlying guardian angel theme throughout.
That's true as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know. My brain gave me Pineapple Express, and that's not at all. That's not
Be
at
an
all
interesting
a
double
good
feature.
answer
You do
or a
smoke in
legit.
one scene. It's just that's all of Pineapple Express. That's just
Maybe you start with Pineapple Express and you get high enough that
Right.
Misfits is like, oh, a
That's
masterpiece, great.
yeah. That's how I recommend
Wow, you got some really
everyone
good stuff.
watches all of my films going forward. Is just completely
right,
blazed.
right.
It's gonna make it better. Don't
Right.
worry.
No IMDb reviews until you have reached that
Yeah,
state,
exactly.
please.
Exactly.
Just like a
3 bong rip minimum.
That's the requirement.
just a high potency joint with every purchase.
Right.
Maybe that's how I'll package the physical media if I go that way.
I think part of the hangout vibe is genuinely created by the fact that we were hanging out in Nick's house. Like all of the house
Mhm.
interior shots are actually the house of our sound guy. Like
The house we're in right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was helpful that we were literally like the green room was the next room, and we made ourselves very at home. We had our props taking up. Was that supposed to be a dining room? There was no table in there.
Nick doesn't need a
We-
dining room.
He lives in one
We-
room in his house.
Yes, that's true.
Nick has a beautiful home that he uses very little of. And yes, I still have his whole dining room full of props that I one day might remove, probably the same time Sam will remove the fake roof from his lawn that we did the stunts off of. Just put
I
it
was
out
gonna
there, Sam.
mention that.
It's still sitting out there.
I was
Look,
gonna mention
One of
that
my
when you
employees
said you
died.
bounced stuff.
One of my other employees had a massive heart attack. I can't do everything by myself.
Oh. No, that I was gonna ask you that Chris, when you were saying you bounced off the ropes and then you got right back on the ground. I was like, no, you did a little testing of a stunt fall or two,
He's
Yeah.
not the only
and then Margot
Yeah.
almost died. And
Yeah. So instead of obviously jumping off a full roof, Sam owns a construction company, New Breed Designs. But him and some of his guys came and built a roof that was only 8 feet off the ground instead of 14,
Right.
16, whatever the hell roofs are. Obviously, I'm not in construction. But it was built in a way that we could literally we got some pads that are that were meant for like pole vaulting or some crap, and put them under so they could fall off the roof with some velocity and not get hurt. And yeah, no, I got up there and I did a front flip, and that can never happen again. I used my one. But then Margot, who is was our AD, they jumped off, and halfway through they did not commit to the flip, but they started it, so it became a scorpion. I had a moment of absolute panic. I was laughing, but it was that more hysterical laughing, like
Right. Oh,
because I
shit.
thought she might have died.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Mhm.
oh no, she's the brains here. What are we gonna do?
It'll all
I need another
unravel.
adult in the room.
I'm very glad I wasn't there for that shooting day. I think I
Oh.
would have.
My heart stopped, and I thought it was hilarious at the same time, which says I'm empathetic and a terrible person at the same time.
A lot about you, yes.
No, definitely raised on like America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah.
It's like
Or Jackass.
We equate
Either
comedy
one.
with pain.
halfway
Right.
Yeah.
between ha 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 and oh shit, it's all right. Well, I want to thank you guys for getting together with us here today. Honestly, I love the film. I'm going to keep passing it on to other people, but I'm going to insist, buy your own copy. Don't come over here all the time.
Yeah, I don't want you stuck with visitors all the time. I will,
no.
however, take your
Or-
friend's money though, because
Yeah.
it would be wonderful.
Oh, I am the gathering house of so many people. So if I can get them to just stay home every once in a while, great. Hey, watch it over there. Tell me how you feel about it. No, we're going to come over there and watch
We could do it like a book club. Like you can come over for a
Yeah.
little bit, we'll talk,
Right.
then you can go home again. 9 o'clock's the end time,
It's like-
guys.
Isn't there some way we can just kind of, FaceTime while you watch it? Do we have to do this?
Netflix
Why-
party
wh-
it. There you go.
Yeah,
Do they
why
have
are you on mute? Why are you sleeping
Right.
while we're watching this?
I'm not
Wake
sure. Do they
up,
have a
wake up.
Prime equivalent of Netflix party at this point?
I don't know. I've never asked.
You would You would think Amazon would have taken a few cues. Like, I'm going to steal that.
Yeah. Who knows?
I got nothing, but thank you for having us on. I really appreciate
thanks
it.
so much.
You guys are actually one of the first podcasts that when we made our social media that we followed, and then you guys followed us back, and then I didn't bug you until we got closer to the end, but we've been following each other since I think almost like a month into me making the social media accounts. So it's been fun following you guys and watching you guys as well.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. We have some appreciation in return there. And honestly, we've been following you for so long. We intended to have you guys on to promote this before it even came out. And then...
But they wanted to see how shitty it was first.
Oh, no. Life just, shit hits the fan. And then you go, okay, well, we got to readjust. So, and then Christmas is a horrible time.
To be fair, we didn't even know that it was when it was going to come out.
That's
because Amazon doesn't give a shit about anybody. So, my distributor, we got a distributor, and then 2 weeks later, they're like, hey, here's where we did our first set of pitches. They might be the quickest. Maybe someone gets it up before Christmas. Maybe. And then that was a Friday. On the Monday, he sends me a message like, oh shit, I'm sorry. Amazon did not tell me. It is live right now. On like the 15th or whatever. And I'm like, I've not made any of the fucking media to actually promote this thing. So I was like, quickly make an announcement video. So we were all surprised. I'll be honest, I was 50-50 if it would come out before Christmas. So definitely not on you guys. Plus, it's the holidays. It all goes to shit real quick.
Yes, it does.
When the holidays are involved.
It would suck to have a Christmas movie released like mid-January. It's...
It would. We would just very much not call it a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie in the same vein
winter themed.
as like Die Hard and the first Rambo. Like, there's Christmas in it, but you can waste your money on it at any point in the year, really.
Maybe go back.
In fact, I encourage it.
Not waste.
Reshoot a few things. Give it a Valentine's Day
responsibly.
Yeah. We could just digitally replace the decorations for each holiday.
Yeah.
There you go. That's not money at all. No.
Easy stuff.
Just like alternate versions of the film. Like, you can have like 4 alternate versions within like DVD release. It's like, okay, well, here's the Valentine's Day version, and here's the 4th of July version or whatever.
Right.
I'm just gonna have you guys like do a little bit of ADR, but bad ADR, where we'll just paste on top. So Merry Valentine's Day.
Right. Cupid Crusher.
John is one of those. That's fine.
Yeah.
He can be whatever version he wants to be.
Exactly. Is there anything?
The tiny little red briefs still work.
Yeah.
Either holiday,
right.
it's fine.
It totally works. Is there anything that you all would like to plug while you're here?
It's up to you guys. You know what I'm obviously plugging.
Yeah.
They already got the links for that, so that's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's all going to be in the podcast description anyway,
I'm good.
I've got nothing imminently coming out. I'm hunting for new work, so if anyone's hiring.
Yeah.
So plug yourself. There
I
you
have
go.
a couple films coming out. I'm supposed to start filming really soon. And I'm not saying that I got a part in a Marvel film for the future, but I'm also not saying that I didn't get a call. And if my hair and flannel aren't saying anything, then you guys can
I was wondering why your head was fucking square.
It's not square. There's 2 little points on the side.
No, I got
you. Just had headphones. Like,
I'm not saying I'm being considered for the part of Wolverine in an upcoming Marvel film, but
you've went to great lengths to at least make us think.
I'm also not saying that a
it has
certain
nothing to do
casting
with
company out of Georgia didn't call me at one point.
All right.
Well, when that happens, we will promote again.
Yes.
Because I'll have famous people.
Yeah. That's when I'll wear a Misfits shirt
Bring
or
it back
something in
around.
that movie and be like, hey, look at this terrible thing I was in.
Just tell the wardrobe department that we'll rip it a little bit, but don't worry. The guy who owns the rights, 100% for this.
He doesn't.
Right.
We'll have you guys back on. You'll be able to explain to us why. Oh, it's with the little guys now. Sam has gone off to other things.
Yeah, hell, because I'll have put a bullet in my head.
Yeah. Well, let me get on them coattails just until that goes
no, that's
through.
just summer in Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Been there, done that.
The fiery, sweaty hell.
Yeah.
Get ready
I spent
for
about
it.
12 years in Georgia. I know what you mean.
Well,
what'd you do?
grab
Hot
yourself.
Were you breaking rock? 'Cause that like sounds like a prison thing.
Spent a few years down in Georgia, you know what I mean?
No. It was just the sum total of
Euphemism? Maybe.
a car accident that basically totaled out the car, and we made a go for it down there in Georgia afterwards.
That's the great. There needs to be a movie
That's
about
like
that.
an Oregon Trail style.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
We got into a car
Your
accident,
vehicle
had a
broke
broken leg.
down, and you just had to stop.
Right.
I
You
was
couldn't
just
go
settled
anywhere.
I was moving to
who got
Georgia for
dysentery?
I was moving to Florida, sorry, for a job in construction, and there was a car accident that happened in Georgia, just outside of the house of a former foster kid in my home. And the car was just totaled, didn't have the money to kind of get everything going at the time. So I figured, okay, well, I'll just find a job here and kind of try to get the money to keep going. And we just stayed in Georgia for 12 years.
It kind of sounds like the beginning of the Incredible Hulk show I used to watch in the 70s.
I
Just
am
go from town to town, like, this is where I ended up after I beat a polar bear up. So
I'm
I'm gonna live in Georgia and working.
Right.
far from Bruce
Watch out for
Banner,
the
but
Georgia
yeah.
polar bears.
All right. Well,
All right,
thank you
well-
for joining us today. And we'll definitely try to have you guys back for something a little bit less interviewee and more relaxed. Because
Yeah, no, we'd love to come on, any of us. Let me know if you want anyone else. But yeah, no, I've seen your other episodes. We are absolutely down to talk shit / talks positive about other movies.
And
So
our own.
if you need guests, anyone in this room is definitely down.
Sweet.
We are very opinionated.
That's
Don't
Oh, very
worry.
good.
that is probably one of the few warnings that I would give you about my love for any film is that I absolutely love some pure trash. So I'm giving like 10s to, like, stuff like Basket Case, Garbage Pail Kids, stuff like that.
Oh, I love Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So
If you've got any good, bad sci-fi, I'm your girl. So Doom is one of my favorite films, unironically. I love that movie.
The original one or the newer ones?
The Rock, I think
Rock
it's like
Doom,
2002.
yes.
she said Doom.
Doom.
Like the
Oh,
video
I thought she
game
said
Doom.
Dune.
No, well, I love those
Oh.
too. But the
That
70s one
slipped
is
my mind.
iconically camp.
Yeah.
But the 2001,
Doom.
like
Doom.
a cast of amazing characters and actors that somehow managed to make one of the weirdest films I've ever seen. Amazing.
Yeah.
all right, and as to close out the podcast, as my good friend Nico, who is unfortunately unable to join us today and has been for quite a long time. I think I have to find her, actually. She's disappeared.
She buried behind you? That was the weirdest.
She's
You gotta
dead
find
under
her.
the floorboards.
Possibly
She
under the
needed a place to
tablecloth
crash.
somewhere.
You haven't seen her since.
She came to crash one day, and just so we've been hiding in the closet over here ever since. I don't know.
It happens.
Hiding. Anyway. So on behalf of myself and Christian, as my good friend Nico would always say to close out the podcast, drink some water, you thirsty bitches.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Exactly.